Sum up the first 3 days of camp so far for you personally?
I thought it's been super great. It's my last fall camp, my sixth one, so just taking it one day at a time. But so far, I think it's been a great, transition. Obviously last year there was a lot of change, and coming in this year, it's probably, the best 3 days to a camp that we've started, offensively and defensively. It's not just being dominated by one side of the ball. It's really, pushing each other, but, it's been a blessing for sure.
What about the quarterback competition? What about the quarterback competition? It's like every guy's having their moments.
Yeah. I think we definitely have a great quarterback room. Obviously Sam and Jeff and me and, Navi. We have a bunch of guys in there that, obviously the reps are being, split up, but we're definitely trying to, trying to be the best person of us, but obviously compete against each other and make each other better. It's not, me versus Jeff or Sam versus Jeff. It's really like if Sam's in the game, we're watching, we're taking mental reps, and if he missed something or he asks us something, we're using each other as resources. So it's been great so far.
I know Jeff said that you've been helping him a lot, helping Sam a lot. It's going to help him get ready for Camp G next week? Yeah,
I already told him, obviously Sunday we have no practice, but I told him, you definitely got to make a run to, Walmart or something and, buy a fan, get some snacks, the necessities that these people haven't been to yet. But, we're looking forward to Camp T, and it's going to be a great time.
For people haven't experienced it, I mean, how much is the value of the team bonding you have there maybe compared to like here in the Valley in the summer?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a place where, obviously you have no connection. There's no place to go. You're staying, you're all together. Obviously here, in the summer, you can still hang out with friends, but it's not going to be the way you can at Camp T, and it's really hard to describe unless you're there. So I'm trying to explain the cabin situation and walking down the field, like, you just got to see it for yourselves. But, we're looking forward to that, and we can't wait to get up there.
Are there any major style differences with Arroyo and what he likes to do versus what you guys were doing last year?
Yeah, I think, Coach Arroyo obviously has run a lot of NFL-type scheme, a lot of play action, really sucking up those linebackers to come up and respect the run. And, I mean, you guys have seen our running back room. We have, legit, every running back can touch the ball and, have an explosive. So for us to, establish the run game, that's really going to, make the defenses stack the box and make defenses go one high. And you see the speed that we have outside with Eggs and Jake Smith and Troy, a number of guys. So it's definitely been good. Obviously last year we were dinged up, offensively, just a lot of linemen. So trying to get the ball out quick, quick game, stuff like that. So we have that in our arsenal, but it's not the only thing we have to rely on.
More two back groupings, it seems like, too. What does that enable?
Yeah, obviously that enables us to have two backs on the field. Like I said, we have a lot of running backs that are great in space and good with the ball in their hands. So if we can put both of them out there, what are you going to do? You're going to try to, put another linebacker in the game, or we can also put a receiver back there and you play a nickel, or do you play a true linebacker? So really just playing chess while the defense is playing checkers.
Obviously, your first time guys were doing the offensive line, our coaches obviously harping on the depth and the size, but what did you notice? What did you notice from them the first day as they were getting into the defense?
I think they were excited. Obviously the first 2 days against the defense, it's really two-step up front, so really the defense is supposed to win, but finally the offense was able, try to get some hitting going and get the pads rocking. But I definitely thought it was, a good day back and forth. Obviously the defensive line made some plays, but later on our run game had some explosives. So it's good to see we're pushing each other because defensively that's probably the most chaotic defense we're going to see, and offensively, we have so much, changing and personnel grouping that the defense has to respect.
With Leaf, obviously, this one was like I haven't obviously with Coach Arroyo before, but how big of a boost is it to the rest of the offense, the quarterbacks too, and kind of bridging some of the gap with verbiage or whatever the Coach Arroyo might be looking for?
Yeah, a couple years ago, Coach Thomas, the OC, he worked under Coach Arroyo, so there was a lot of similarities between the play calls. The verbiage was a little different, so for me it's kind of like a review in some ways, but definitely, finally to have a spring ball and now we're going into fall camp, it's not just brand new. We're kind of picking up the same thing that he's putting down and really trying to be on the same page. As in the spring, you're just, like they say, you're drinking through a fire hose. There's just so much information and stuff coming at you, but now it's kind of a review. We did PRPs in the summer, so this is really our third time going through the script.
So is this offense very similar to what Thomas's offense was?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much Coach Arroyo's offense, and Coach Thomas came, had some slight differences, but you'll see a lot of things, the Rams and Georgia, they all under the same tree. So it's definitely, been proven to be a very high efficient offense, and, now it's our turn at Arizona State to run it.
Sure.
Trenton, this is your sixth year. Obviously, you bring a lot of knowledge, a lot of leadership. Just what's your personal goal to get out of this preseason camp?
Yeah, for me, it's obviously just to take it one day at a time. I was just talking to Melcorn, we're both going into our last fall camp, and obviously in the past, you kind of take it for granted. You're a freshman, you're a sophomore, and you're like, I have years to come, but I mean, you blink and it's your last year. So for me, it's really just taking it one day at a time. If I'm the starter, the backup, the third string, fourth string, it doesn't matter. I'm blessed to play this game and, put in this platform, to raise awareness, being a Christian man and just trying to be the best person I can be each and every day.
Does it feel like 6 years or 60 years with everything that's going on?
Man, it
with this
low-key
program?
feels like 6. You know, that COVID season and obviously all the coaching changes and all the quarterbacks. You know, I think it's 3 head coaches, 7 OCs, 21 quarterbacks. So, I mean, the numbers just continue to grow, but it's definitely been a blessing and made a lot of relationships over the years.
So a
I
lot of
think the
kids.
21 quarterbacks is just the scholarship ones too, isn't it?
I think I count everybody. You know, I'm a walk-on as well, so you know, I include everybody in that.
The
Today is the first day you guys are pushing in the Big 12. Can you just talk about what you guys are anticipating in the new conference?
Yeah, you know, I think we're all excited. You know, like I said in the past, we're excited to go to new venues. You know, obviously playing Oklahoma State in the past, the last couple of years, but not to play them as a rival. You know, in the same conference. But you know, going to Kansas State, playing the Kansases and the BYU's and the UCFs. I mean, that'll be cool. It's just new experiences, and I think it's great for recruiting. You know, we're going to be playing all over the country, so you know, we can get some Florida guys out here and you know, tell them, you know, you'll be back home in a couple of years and get your family out there. So I think it's definitely going to be a big plus in everything we do.
Sam and Jeff are super mobile. You know, more of an element than last year, I think. What does that enable within the offense?
Yeah, you know, I definitely think that adds a runner to the scheme. You know, defenses have to account for them, and definitely, you know, Coach Arroyo is going to, you know, drop different things for different quarterbacks. You know, Jeff's a bigger guy, stronger guy, so, you know, you may see some more QB power with him and, you know, some more rollout with Sam and I getting us outside the edge. But like I said, Coach Arroyo has been doing this a long time, and everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and it's up to Coach Arroyo to play to our strengths.
When you're learning a new playbook, what process do you go through to make it most efficient where you can take in all that information and run it back?
Yeah, you know, for me, I think, you know, just been around the game so long, you know, coming up with my own playbook when I was like 4 years old in kindergarten, and really just, you know, when I see a playbook, it's really, I get the formations down first. I want to be able to line up and know where people are lined up. So for me, it takes me a couple days, and then, you know, I get into my protections, and then concepts-wise, you know, I have a big whiteboard at the house, and, you know, I can just close my eyes and try to envision everything, draw it up. So the more repetition, everything like that, you know, Jeff was just asking me yesterday, like, are you having trouble with the signals and stuff like that? I'm like, man, I've been doing it so long. I mean, especially you got to be able to pick up on it quickly. You know, with me, I don't have the strength of, you know, being the biggest, fastest guy, but I'm given the ability to outsmart people, and I try to use that to my advantage any way I can.
What was the best play for you?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What was the best play for you?
Best play would probably be a reverse where I could run or throw, and then I would have Kobe, and he'd run a corner. So I'm reading that corner. If he gets back in thirds, I take off and run. If they step up to me, I have Kobe in the corner. If the man follows me, I'm rolling out right. Tracy's running a wheel backside. You know, it's kind of like 3-man weave. So whatever you choose, you're wrong.
You mentioned in the past too that, you know, you're taking an interest in being a coach after ASU.
Yes, sir.
So in what ways have you tried to, you know, soak in information from the Arroyo academy?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I definitely have been blessed to be around a lot of great coaches. Obviously, with Coach Dillingham and Coach Arroyo, offensive geniuses. Not only do they coach offense, but they coach defense as well. You know, they break down defenses and why they call this play call. So for me, it's just, you know, I was just cleaning out, you know, my house the other day. I think I have like 14 playbooks and 15 notebooks of just notes and notes and notes. And obviously, I'd love to stay here and work under Coach Dillingham and Coach Arroyo in the future, and, you know, help lead Arizona State to a lot of great victories in the future.
When you talk about your camp, and obviously this camp has gone, the excitement, I think you feel from obviously Jake Smith and not being able to play last year, made a big play today, but just, you understand, have to tell them maybe to kind of calm down against the team a bit?
No, I'm so excited. You know, Jake Smith and I, you know, we've been competing against each other for years, you know, in 7-on-7. Obviously, he's an Arizona boy. So a lot of these guys from out of state, they don't know. Like, Jake Smith wasn't, you know, Gatorade Player of the Year for Arizona. He's Gatorade Player for the whole country. So for him to finally get back, he's healthy, he's hungry. And, you know, what he did today is just a glimpse of what he's going to do in the season. And I'm just praying for him to have a great year.